Welcome to the Let's Talk Fabulous show. I am Gloria Grace Rand, your host for this week. And can you believe that it is September? It is Labor Day weekend already. And it's also the start of Self Care Awareness Month. So we've got some fabulous subject matter experts on hand today. So let's get to it and let's talk. Oh, hello again. And I want to welcome those of you who are coming to us who are watching this live, who are watching it on replay, if you happen to be doing that. And especially those who are watching on social media. We'd love to hear from you. We want to be able to have your comments today. And you might want to have paper and pen handy today as well, because I know that these folks are going to be sharing some awesome tips on how to take care of yourselves, especially as we get into the holiday season as well. But I want to go around first of all and introduce these wonderful people. So I'm going to start with, let's see, Angela, I think is on my left. So just share your name and where you're coming from today.
Hello, everybody. I am Angela Nelson with Achieve Wellness Together, and I am coming to you live from Asheville, North Carolina.
All right. And next to the fabulous Angela, we have someone with a very similar name. So why don't you go next, my dear? I think you know who you are.
Yes, I'm Angel Marie Monachelli. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. And who I am is a powerful, loving, intuitive. So happy to be here. Thank you, everyone.
Awesome. All right. And down below, Angel, we've got Vismaya. You want to introduce yourself? Where are you coming from?
Hey everybody, I am Vismaya Rubin from Living in Gratitude Today. I am the #1 gratitude gangster. What? And I am coming to you from not so sunny today, South Florida.
All right. And last but certainly not least, right below me, introduce yourself.
Good day, everyone. I'm Juanita Kapp. I'm from South Africa, but today I'm streaming from Texas, and I am the founder and host of the Meticulous Moments show. So happy to be here.
All right. Well, we are happy to have you here as well. And in fact, we're going to kick off the show today with a little something that you shared with us today. And so I want to pull that up here right now.
Good day, everyone. This is Juanita Kapp from the Meticulous Moment Show, and today we are going to have an amazing session here on the Fabulous You Show with Tamra and all the other ladies, Grace as well. So, guys, join us as we talk about self-care. And where does self-care start? I believe self-care starts with self-love, accepting yourself, accepting who you are, accepting who you were gifted to be, your strengths, your weaknesses, and just learning how to move past all of the obstacles that you face in your journey to self-love. Because when you love yourself, you will automatically care for yourself as well. Self-care is so important. It helps you to show up better for yourself, but also for others, for your life, for your family, for your projects. So let's talk a little bit about self-care and how to practice it and how to be happy. Because self-care is something that ignites our spirit, makes us happy, and it lets us send that good energy out there into the universe. I'll see you in the show.
All right. Well, where are you? There you are. I'm like, where'd you go? There you are. All right. Yeah, Juanita. So yeah, share a little bit more about self-care and what are your thoughts about, why is it so important? Maybe you can talk about that too.
Absolutely. I've seen so many amazing comments as the show started. I just want to give a shout out to Tamra and Steampunk Poe as well for being here and all the other guests. And someone in the comments mentioned they're loving the energy. And I focus a lot on energy, ladies and gents. There's so much happening all the time in our energy. And if we practice the right self-love and the right self-care, we really tap into that fabulous energy, that powerful energy. And it's like things just kind of fall into place. I mean, your day has 1,000 ways that it can pan out. But if you generate that good energy, I bet you are going to reach those goals that you set out for yourself. And you're going to have fun doing it. You're going to have joy and excitement. So for me, self-love is really the root of when we realize, that we have to practice self-care. And I am so super amped and excited that it is self-care month, because this is the time of year we've set out in January. We've had all these things that we've planned for the year. And this is the time of year that we really need to focus on self-care. We really need to focus on realizing who we are. Now, I want to ask you today, what is it that you love about yourself? What are the things that excite you about yourself? Because you're a lovable person. You were made and created in a fabulous way. You have certain capabilities. You are strong, you're powerful. And when you love yourself and you practice that self-care and those self-care methods, never forget to vocalize that. There is power in vocalizing how you feel about your day, how you feel about yourself. And, when I speak it out, I know it's going to be reciprocated. So I put good energy out there every day. And even, sometimes we have days where we get up and we don't feel 100% ourselves. Still vocalize those good things, manifest them, and meditate on them, because those are the things that's going to carry you through to the next day and the next obstacle and the next goal. And never forget to also let that self-love that you have, that self-care that you're practicing, never forget to let that spill over into your life as well. Make sure it touches someone in your life. With the people you speak to, remind them that they're important and that they're special, because that might just change the trajectory of their day as well. So I'm very blessed to be here today, being someone that practices self-care and loving oneself. That doesn't make you egotistical. It makes you someone who really values and cherishes yourself and your life. And the energy of gratitude, of being grateful, that's so important. Never focus on the things that you feel maybe aren't up to standard in your life or of yourself. Focus on the good things, because that really helps you to see we are blessed, we are favored, we are here. And that's something to be celebrated. So it's all about that energy, guys. And just love on yourself. There's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree 100% with that. Anybody else want to chime in with that?
I'm going to chime in. I have to chime my South Africa dear soul sister and say yes, that I echo that, because we are in that favor. We are in that place because everything is energy. And you put it so right. And I so thank you for helping everyone really step into their vibration and understand that it is an important topic, that self-care. So what have you done today? Or what are you going to do today is a great question. Thank you, Juanita.
I love it. I love it. I tell you what, I'm going to go to, I'm going to see if I can share another video at the moment right now, because see what one of our other guests has to say on this subject.
Hi, I am Angela Nelson with Achieve Wellness Together, and September is National Self-Care Awareness Month. So I invite you to take a moment and just pause and breathe deeply. Better yet, you can meditate. Taking a few minutes each and every day to do this can help you stay grounded, can reduce stress, and improve your overall well-being, even in the middle of a packed schedule. So this September, National Self-Care Awareness Month, I invite you to take moments for yourself to just breathe and be and celebrate all that you are.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, Angela, and breathing is so important. You want to expand on that a little bit more?
Absolutely. So if you are like I used to be, I was always go, 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 frantically, right? Rushing through life and thought I was doing all the things I was supposed to do. And I had to do all the things instead of slowing down and taking care of me. And I realized my breath was actually up here. I was breathing like this, which activates your cortisol, which is not a bad thing, but you want it at certain times when you need it. Like, for instance, if you're working out and what have you, it's good to have that boost of cortisol, or it helps you focus as well. However, you want to expand. You mentioned expanding, Gloria. You want to expand from your diaphragm and breathe deeply. And you can even do breathing practices of counting in for 4 breaths, hold for 4 breaths. I used to feel like, oh gosh, I can't hold it for 4 minutes or for a count of 4. You can. And then release for a count of 4. You breathe in peace, and then you breathe out any kind of stress. And that's something you can do throughout your busy day. And especially with the September, with self-care month, it is important more than ever. With everything that we've all been through in this country and other countries worldwide, there's a lot of stress. There's a lot of divisiveness. And I think that also includes within ourselves. So this is a perfect time and a perfect reminder to just come together, just celebrate life, celebrate peace, celebrate ourselves and our health. If you are here today, you are living, you are breathing, and you have a reason for existing. So you can celebrate that with self-care. Because like they say when you're on an airplane, put your own oxygen mask on first before you help others. And we all are here because we are heart-centered, mission-driven women, and we want to serve others. You cannot do that until you put on your own mask first.
Absolutely. Yeah, in fact, that requires this. If my internet is working, I'm going to see if I can get this going. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Angela. Anybody else want to piggyback on that? Yeah, go ahead, Vismaya. Sorry, I keep messing up your name. I apologize. And you're muted. You're muted. There we go.
I am unmuted. So yeah, breath is probably one of the most important things we can do. It's free and it's available to us all the time. And, one of the things I would say to people is if you're watching right now, just take a couple of breaths and, pay attention to a couple of things. Are you breathing in through your nose? And we're talking about tips for self-care. This is a great tip. Are you breathing in through your nose or through your mouth? So we want to make sure that we're breathing in through our nose. Are you slouching when you're breathing, or are you sitting up? Pay attention to that, because you want to be sitting up so that the breath goes all the way down to the places that it needs to go. Are you breathing into your belly, or are you breathing into your chest? If we breathe into our chest, that's where the relaxation comes in. That's where we lower the cortisol. That's where we feed our body all of that oxygen. So those are really simple things that we can pay attention to. We breathe through our nose, make sure you're sitting up straight, and breathe into the belly. And then I would, one of the easiest breaths and probably one of the most important breaths we can do is inhale for the count of 4 and exhale for the count of 8. And I know that you were, Angela, you were talking about, it sounded like you were talking about box breathing.
Yes.
But this is also one that you can do when after you exercise. It brings your body back to neutral. After you eat, it helps with your metabolism. If you're feeling super stressed, start doing, it's called the extended exhale. So you would inhale for 4 and exhale for 8. And again, if you can't do 4 and 8, try 3 and 6. So breath is super important, and it's magical, the things that happen when we start to consciously breathe.
Absolutely. And in fact, I want to remind our folks out there too. Awesome. And you know what? I think we're also going to do, since you've been sharing right now, I'm gonna go ahead and we're going to share another video. We're going to share yours right now, Vismaya.
Rituals and traditions take on a whole new meaning when the people that you love are no longer with you. And this year I encourage you to pay attention to those rituals and really enjoy and celebrate them. Every year on my birthday, my mother would call me up at 6:29 because that's when I was born, and she'd go, "Happy birthday, baby!" At 6:29 in the morning, you were born and you weighed 7 pounds and you were 19.5 inches long, and the doctor thought you were so beautiful that he brought his little boy in to see you because he had to see the most beautiful baby ever. And I didn't realize how much I loved that phone call every year until we were estranged for a few years, or she's been gone and I didn't get that phone call. But luckily, I'm always recording things. I have a recording of it. So now I get to listen to it all the time if I want to, and I get to hear her voice and her excitement and how much she loved me.
I really love that, because that's not necessarily something that you could think about as being an act of self-care, but it's a really good act of self-care for yourself to be able to have those messages that you can go back to and listen to. And I'm so glad that you were able to share that. Do you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I also think that it's really important, when we feel sad or when we're grieving because somebody isn't around us anymore. I always look at that as a moment, or a gratitude wins is what I call them. It's a moment where I get to really acknowledge my sadness, because I think that we have to acknowledge the feelings as they come. But I also get to say, wow, I'm so sad because I love that person so much and had such a great connection with them. And then, allow yourself to be where you are. And on my mom's birthday or on my birthday, there's been moments that I've been very sad, and it's okay. I give myself permission. And then I remember some of the wacky messages I took with her and the silliness, and we didn't have a perfect relationship, but I remember those little rituals and those things. And I would say to her sometimes, where's my message? Or if she didn't call one year because she wasn't feeling good, or I would go see her if she didn't have access to the phone right away. And especially during COVID, I was like, "Ma, you didn't say it. You need to say it." So pay attention to those little special moments that you have, or create those special moments, because sometimes we don't realize, and I don't want to say we don't realize what we have till it's gone, because there's truth to that, but there's also truth to we get to create the magic as we're living and as we're experiencing it, and be conscious of that. And I think that's, really important as we're talking about self-care. Do more of those things that make you feel good. Do more of those things that bring you joy. And even if it's for 5 minutes, I have a little area outside my front house, and I know I'm digressing. And there's, I have cuttings from all these people's plants that I always go and I'm like, I need a cutting. And I propagate them and I pray that they live. Some do, some don't, so what? But I go out there and I play in the dirt and I move them around, and it's something that brings me joy. And for me, that is self-care. Doing something, even if it's listen to the video of somebody that you love to hear their voice. Do the things that make you feel good.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we need more joy in our lives, and in particular, and to be able to find ways to do that, I think, is so good. Anybody else want to chime in on this? Maybe Juanita or Angel, guys have any thoughts on that?
Absolutely. I agree with you so 100%, my dear sister, that, I really believe that joy is self-generated. I mean, you can tap into that energy anytime. And joy fuels your happiness. It just fuels it. And when we learn to take the negative things and make it our fuel in life, that's when we become powerful and effective, and when we are happy, because you realize that you're a powerful being. I don't think everybody always focuses on the fact that our energy is so important and so powerful. You are powerful, and I'm speaking to the audience members today. You are more powerful than you realize, and you have a choice every day if you're going to ignite that joy in your spirit, and if you're going to just go through every obstacle. But it's your choice. I once heard someone do a public speaking event, and he was saying that the choices we make is the life that we live. Now, yes, that is important in every area of our lives, Make the first choice you make every morning to be joyous and happy and grateful, and you are going to see how your life transforms. You can reach your dreams, you can live it all if you decide to do so. And I think that is just a reminder in this month that when we practice self care, just remind yourself that you are powerful and your dreams are attainable and joy comes from within. So generate that joy every morning, make it a part of your self care routine.
Absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead, Angel. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Both of you, beautiful. And I want the science because I want you viewers to get this. This is the science behind it. This is an emotional
Mhm.
chart. Look where joy is. Joy is way,
Right there.
way over here.
Mhm.
Okay. So, ooh, there you go. So it's above love. So I echo what we're saying and saying when you are in joy, many of you know that being diagnosed with lupus, fibromyalgia, arthritis, Sjogren's, and now I was just diagnosed 3 days ago that I have back. So it is actually cracked. So being in joy, your brain can only do one thing at a time. Isn't that beautiful? So being in this self-care and knowing that when I get done, I'm going to lay on ice and I want to take care of myself for health. So beautiful. I echo everyone's words and thank you because I know that some of you are already sending me this beautiful vibration that you see me well and feeling good. So I can already feel it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I think this is a good time I want to share your video right now.
I want you to have a very fun, energetic, and lively holiday season. So do this one thing and it can help you. Now, this is something that you're going to do through the whole entire time, which is ask for help. Look at what you have to prepare wherever you're going and ask for that help. People want to help you. And the other thing is make sure that you're taking the time for yourself to go outside and come back in, especially if you have a big crowd of people. Make sure that you're asking for help and you're taking the time to get away from everyone. Yes, I'm saying this, family and friends, so that you can rejuvenate. It's just a small little thing. Those will help you to have more energy. And you know I'm all about energy being your angel of light.
Thank you. And you know that's what I did is I went specific to one thing that I wanted to help you. And thank you, Tamara, for saying that, and for sending your beautiful light. Is to ask for help, and that's one thing I've already got 6 people coming over just this week to help me. It's because why? I got on the phone and said, "Hey, I got a cracked back. I shouldn't even be going up and down the stairs." Write her down or write down and look at your schedule. Look at what you're doing and connect to the people that you know. And many people in my spiritual counseling will say to me, "Oh, I asked my friend and they never helped me, so I quit asking." Okay, no. You're asking the wrong people. Okay. Move on into your circle. And I know you feel like you're bugging people. I know it because we don't always ask for help. And I am asking you to ask for help because then I get to help you. So here the people, they're like, "Oh, we're going to come over and cut all your vegetables up at the cooking party tonight. Fabulous. I'm going to be in the other room laying down, but you guys have fun." You do that. It's self-care. And I know that you haven't done it, and I urge you because I care about you and love you. So please ask for help.
Yeah, go ahead, Vismaya.
So I love the ask for help because I definitely agree with that. When we ask people, we're giving them the opportunity to give to us, which giving and receiving is the same energy. But I also caution that when we're having a moment, we just like, I need to talk and I need to vent and I need to say things. Talk to the right people, because you don't want people who allow you to stay in that space of, oh my God, you're right, everything is horrible, everything is rotten, everything stinks. You want people to hear you, hold space for you, and then at a certain point say, all right, I love you enough to say we need to move past this. And not that they're not acknowledging your pain and your sadness, but not allowing you to dwell there. And there's times that it's okay to be sad and be in that space, but pay attention to who you're talking to, because you don't want to go into a game of negative volleyball, where it's boom, oh, I had a bad day, oh, I had the worst day, and no.
Ooh, that's a fabulous one to bring up, and it really is. We don't want to dwell on that. Yes, we want to just go to the future, and I see you well, I see you well, I see you well. So beautiful one. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, go ahead, Angela.
Angela, I am so glad that you mentioned asking for help, because that is something I wish I had heard back in the day, because I had not one but two autoimmune conditions that sidelined my entire life. And I suffered in silence because I was embarrassed, because I felt like I shouldn't be in pain. I shouldn't be going through everything I was going through. And I thought I went from being strong and I was a leader, and all of a sudden, boom, I was literally on my back and couldn't get up some days. And I didn't want to ask for help. And if I could change one thing, that's one thing I would do, because I neglected people from having that opportunity to gift their love and their energy. And thank goodness God was there. He's always there. And he's the one that brought me through and put me on this mission of helping others, guide others to their self-care and their healing, and knowing that there's hope and having that connection. And human connection is it's one of our hierarchy of needs, and if we don't connect, then we are losing out on understanding and getting to know somebody else's light and their heart, and sharing our own. And so that is so important. And I'm sending you love and light and healing. And I know you're going to heal. And I love that you have a community around you. And just yes, yes, yes.
All right, and I'm gonna interrupt one quick second here. Fabulous discussion, but I've been seeing some purple hearts go by, so I want to be able to honor our Purple Heart tribe here. Awesome. And those folks know who they are, and we just know that, just want to let you know that we love you, and we love you. This has been really great discussion here, and I want to talk, or maybe see if we can talk a little bit more about the holidays and about self-care, and how that, we kind of touched on that, I think, a little bit already, but I think, and I loved, like, Angel, when you were talking about, even taking yourself out a little bit, to give yourself a break, because especially, if you're an introvert, you can be overwhelmed at times. But what other things, I'm just going to put it out there, what other things can people do to kind of help from feeling, really stressed out at this time of year? Vismaya, you had something?
Yeah, like, know your limits. Like, especially when it comes to spending, know your limits before the holidays even begin. And if there's a bunch of people that you want to do something for, find a way maybe to do a homemade gift, or something that's a little more affordable, but do something that's going to bring you joy and make you happy when you're doing it, versus, oh my God, I have to buy 85 gifts and I'm so stressed out because I don't know where the next dollar is going to come from. So know your limit, know what you're able to do, and then stick to that, and don't feel guilty or feel bad because you're taking care and you're honoring where you are and your needs. Mm-hmm. Last year it was fun because we had a big Hanukkah party, and I really didn't know who was going to be there. And it was, there was a story of a community who had made cookies for all the officers at the school where all the kids were. They were the SROs and the firefighters. And they made the same cookies that one of the women who was Hamas had gone into her house, and she baked them a bunch of cookies. So I'm like, you know what? I want to do something with that energy. So I made these cookies, and I called them freedom cookies. Like, and I wrote a little poem around them, how we have the freedom to choose, the freedom to enjoy our life, the freedom to whatever it is. And I passed them out to people, and whether they liked them or not, it felt so good just to connect with that spirit of somebody on the other part of the world that I didn't know. And I was able to share something. So know your limits. That's the bottom line.
Love it. Love it. Angela, did you have something else you wanted to share?
Yes, absolutely. And I'd love to say, Vismaya, first of all, that is amazing. And just, homemade goods, I think, are so much more heartfelt than store-bought. And it just really means something. I still have a card from a friend of mine from, I think it was 10 years ago, that she handmade a card just to say thank you for something. And I have held on to that, and that's one of my keepsakes because it's not just a regular store-bought card. So I think that's beautiful. And when it comes to self-care, one thing that I have used, and this is a great acronym, I love acronyms. So if you're like me, this is an easy way to remember: relax. So the R is to make sure that you have a regular routine. It's important to have a regular sleep time, a regular wake time, and just establish that consistent routine can help you with your focus the very next day and the week ahead. And then the E is to energize your space. And what better time than the 1st of September? Start incorporate some cozy fall theme if you like that. If you are like some people, they want Christmas already, go ahead, start decorating, or Hanukkah. Go ahead, whatever it is that makes you happy and brings you joy. It's your space, make it your own. And then L, love and connection. We need to make sure that we prioritize our loved ones and that we make space for them. We're so busy, putting this on our schedule and that on our schedule. We want to make sure we prioritize them and they know that they are loved and cared for and have that human connection. And that helps your emotional well-being. And then A, for align your nutrition. You want to make sure that you incorporate nutritionally dense foods and seasonal foods, like pumpkin is delicious. I love pumpkin pie, by the way. And sweet potatoes. Sweet potato casserole is delicious and so full of nutrition that we need. And it also can energize you. And the last one is X, for extra self-care. Extra self-care meaning incorporate mindfulness. Be mindful of the space that you're in and ask yourself, is this how you want to feel in this moment? What are you feeling? Where are you feeling it? And realizing that you have the power to change that if you don't care for that feeling. And just, it can manage stress and also boost your immunity. So that acronym, RELAX, is what I utilize.
I love that. And in fact, this calls for this. I love it so much. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back after this is over and go back and write all of that down for my sake, because such a wonderful. I love acronyms too, and I love how you make it simple for people. I think that's another thing too. I don't know. What do you all think about just keeping things simple this time of year and not overdoing it and just finding ways to keep it simple? Who wants to piggyback on that? Anybody?
I can.
Okay. Let me, whoops, wait a minute. Where am I going here? Where am I going? What am I doing? Let's see. Juanita, I think I saw you.
Absolutely. I love everything that's been mentioned here in the show today. I love the fact that we're talking about connection, the human connection. So important. And also you mentioned keeping it simple. Joy, happiness, we've talked about that. It keeps bouncing off each other, all these aspects of love, really. And if you think about the languages of love, there's different ways to show love to people and to share that self-care and self-love that you have. And like I mentioned, letting it spill over, and that's to do the little gift that you have on your heart. It's the thought that counts. Giving a gift or giving that physical touch, hugging someone. And I'm sending an energetic and healing hug to Angel today because she's had a tough week. But hug that person and share that love with them, or spending time with your loved ones. Some people, their language of love is spending, when you spend time with them, they feel like they are on cloud 9. So spend that time with the people, or use words of affirmation, use kind words of love, and compliment them and tell them how amazing they are, and speak that joy and love and energy and success over their year and their future. So there's so many things that we can use, so many avenues that we can really go on and utilize to share that love and to help other people realize how special they are. Give that gift, give that hug, give the words of affirmation, spend that time with them. And you know, the first one is helping people. And that's what Angel mentioned. That's what made me think about the 5 languages of love as well. And this is something that we teach in the ministry because different people respond to different things. As she mentioned, helping someone or asking for that help and receiving that help, even if it's something small, that really helps that energy to spread. For me personally, people that spend time with me, people that sit down and spend their energy and their time with me, that to me is priceless. But in the audience members, I mean, think about those 5 languages of love that I mentioned. Think about the one that's important to you and take the time to find out what is someone else's language of love and speak to them in that love language, and you'll see your relationships just blossom.
I love that. And we're talking, you've been talking so much about, spending time with the loved ones. And, we've been on the Let's Talk Fabulous show for several weeks now. We've been talking about leaving a legacy. And I think this would be a really great time to share this wonderful song from a dear friend of the show, from Poe. So I'm going to go ahead and play that now.
In the quiet moments, when the sun begins to rise, we find the strength within us. In the stories of our lives, not in gold or glory, but in hearts we've touched with grace, in the love we shared with others, in each kind and gentle face. Your legacy is the love you leave behind, in the hands you've held and the souls you've helped to find. It's the laughter in the children, the wisdom in the old. It's the light you sparked in others, in the stories that are told. Through the trials and the triumphs, in the battles that we fight, it's the courage and the kindness that will always shine so bright. In the lessons that we teach and the dreams that we inspire, in the way we lift each other higher and higher. Your legacy is the love you leave behind, in the hands you've held and the souls you've helped to find. It's the laughter in the children, the wisdom in the old. It's the light you sparked in others, in the stories that are told. In the final song you sung, and the curtains drawing near, it's the moments filled with love that will echo year to year. In the footprints on the path that guide the lost and blind, your legacy will live on in the hearts you've left behind. Your legacy is the love you leave behind, in the hands you've held, in the souls you've helped to find. It's the laughter in the children, the wisdom in the old. It's the light you've sparked in others, in the stories that are told. So let's live with open hearts and give with all our might, for the legacy we leave is a beacon in the night, in the echoes of our actions, in the whispers of the wind. Our legacy of love is where it all begins. Our legacy of love is where it all begins.
Legacy will live on in the hearts you've left behind.
Ah,
Wow, that was amazing. You could feel that in your heart.
yes.
That was deep. That was very deep. Thank you.
Mm,
Shifted everyone's vibrational field to a place of such being in that place of shining. So thank
mm,
you
mm.
for that beautiful song.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I find myself singing it during the week now. It'll pop into my head, and I just love it. So yeah, I'm glad we're able to share it. And thank you so much, Poe, Steampunk Poe, for sharing that with us. So we're already getting to be, not quite the end of the show yet, but we're getting there. So are there any other important points about self-care that we haven't covered? Anybody have any other great ideas? Go ahead, Angel.
Since I'm already here, I'll just give
Yeah.
you one that I just love too. And Angela spoke about it for the R for routine. I think it's really important because many of you do not like routines. I know that from over almost 30 years of counseling people. We don't like routines. So let's get rid of that word and let's bring in the word of that it's a ceremony. It is a place for me to create my space and my tone for the day. If it's in the morning, at night, the tone that I'm going to relax and go into sleep with, to be able to bring in that self care. And one of the things is you are that powerful. Write her down, or right now, you are that powerful that when you write or you connect to your higher self and saying, I feel good, down to the subatomic layer of even your cells to your cell nuclear, understanding that every DNA, RNA, system, and organ is a vibrational field and it can hear you. It is there. So remember that your words are important, but also make sure you have a routine. Get rid of it. That you have a ceremony of time where I spend. And many people know that's a boundary. They know they can call me anytime. That phone's off, it's off. I don't even look at it. It's my time. So start creating that for yourself and get that ceremony that celebrates you. Because I see you and you're my best friend. And quit messing with my best friend and do it.
I love that. And I love Vismaya had just put that up there. And I was thinking it the same thing when you were talking about another word for routine. Yeah, rituals is another good word. So I'd love to that. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So one of the things that I share, because I introduced myself as the gratitude gangsta. And one of the things that I share with people is how to find your gratitude wins, because I don't believe that people wake up and go, I want to be more grateful today. But we do wake up saying, I want to be more joyful. I want to have more energy. I want to feel more excited. So, especially during the holiday times, and especially when times are, could be triggering for us. We're getting with family that we may love, but at the same time trigger us, or we're not being with family because they're no longer here. So look for your gratitude wins. And it said the W is who or what makes a difference for me. And this is the part that's super easy for people because we always can find something, somebody did something nice for me, whatever. And do it within the 24-hour period. So when we wake up and throughout the day, we really want to pay attention to the things that happen within the last 24 hours. It's not the routine gratitude list that we always hear people say, remember 3 things you're grateful for. This is what happened in the last 24 hours. Who or what made a difference for me today? How did I make the world a little bit brighter? Now that's a little different because most people, when we talk about gratitude, we don't think about what was my impact on the world. But when we start to pay attention to the impact that we have in the world, we start to feel better. We start to acknowledge ourselves and treat ourselves a little bit differently. And how did I nourish my mind, body, and spirit? Or mind, body, or spirit? So maybe you're listening to the call today. That's an N. You're taking time to listen to different ways that we can elevate and elevate our self-care routine. And S is what made me smile or laugh until my sides hurt. And what I find most remarkable when I do this in groups is most people do not remember or cannot tell you what makes them smile or laugh. So my self-care tip for that one is go on YouTube or go on Instagram or go on TikTok and find the comedians. And sometimes you'll have a 30-second clip or a 2-minute clip and you'll find yourself roaring. and then save those and watch them again and again, because laughter is so important.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say for me, it's like cat videos or baby videos. They never
Right.
fail to put a smile on my face. So,
Right.
you
And it's proof that happiness is contagious, because
Yeah.
they're doing, the babies are giggling and then you're giggling. There's my shirt. Happiness is contagious. So find those moments that bring you joy and do more of them.
I'd like to just kind of like put in here right quick. You know, it's a great one. Record yourself laughing.
I do.
I record myself this 5-minute laugh that I did, and I put that on, and I cannot not laugh when I'm laughing. The vibration is like, yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
one. So do that.
I'd love that.
Absolutely. Has anybody seen the video of the guy that was on a subway and he was watching something on his cell phone? He starts laughing and it starts catching. Another person hears him laugh and they're kind of looking at him like, what's up with this weirdo? Then they start laughing. And then another person starts laughing. Pretty soon the whole subway car is just cracking up. So it is very contagious. And I love that. That's one of my favorite videos to watch, and cat videos. I love when the cats are just looking and they push something off.
Absolutely. And dogs. I don't want to leave them out too, because I love dogs as well. So any kind of pets are good. Juanita, did you have something else you wanted to share?
Yes. I just wanted to add to what all these wonderful panelists are saying. And, it's important when you have that energy, when you have that feeling, that vibration, to stay in that flow. Because it's easy for our day to take a turn and then we lose that flow. So when you get into that energy, if you have to listen to that song that you love, that energizes you, or if you watch those cat videos and dog videos and baby videos, or even that magnificent video that you just watched from Steampunk Poe, that really touched my heart and that spoke to me on so many levels, make sure you stay in that flow and trust the universe. If something doesn't work out that day the way you thought it would, it's all for your good. So make sure you stay in that positive flow, guys. Once you have that energy, grab onto it and keep it for the rest of your day. And tomorrow, you just do the same thing. And you're going to have such a beautiful life. It's something to be excited about and to look forward to.
Absolutely. And, I'm just going to chime in one quick thing too, because I just remembered this, because I remember one day where I was not having a great day, and I wanted to be able to switch my energy. And I found that for whatever reason, I think I wanted to do something for somebody else anyway. And so it was like, let me start doing that. And so I started working on this project for somebody else. And by transferring my energy to helping someone else, it shifted my energy. And so I know we've talked again today a lot about helping other people, but I think that's so good too, as a way to be able to, it's a way of practicing self-care and self-love, I think, as well. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, and I love this. Yeah. Norman Cousins, yes, did all the pioneering work on laughter. Thank you, Linda, for sharing this. Yeah, absolutely. But I love that, Angel. Record yourself laughing. I'm going to have to look into that too. Absolutely. So no, go ahead. Well, no, I was just going to say we've got about 7 minutes left or so. It might be a good time to even just start. I'll let you go ahead, Angel, chime in, and then we might go round robin and just have one more, last tips from everybody. But go ahead, Angel. You wanted to share something.
Just wanted to say it's scientifically proven that your vibrational field, that we are hardwired, every single person, that to listen to somebody else isn't in the field of vibration that comes in that helps us with our energy. So isn't that interesting? Because you can listen to meditations, and I always tell my students, I don't want you to listen to anyone else. I want you to record your own. And they always have to say it's on a deeper vibrational field to listen. So viewers, if you're not there yet, I really want you to take the tip is I don't care if you want to do box reading 444, if you do 5, 6, 10. I don't care what you do, just do it. Just take the time to do the vibrational field of breathing, and it'll change your whole life. And remember, the bathroom is your favorite place, because it's the one place we can go and no one comes in there. We hope.
Absolutely.
Each and every one of you experts have really nailed it. And I want to give you both, everybody, a Yes, a mic drop to this whole thing. Oh, mic drop.
Okay. All right.
We
Well,
the viewers take one thing, viewers, and do it. Just one thing.
Absolutely.
Do it.
And I'm gonna do this video too.
I love it. Yes, yes.
So thanks for the reminder. Very good. All right. Well, let's go around the room. I'm gonna go to you, Angela, and just share what's maybe your one last like really good tip for self-care month. Yeah,
One
and the
last
holidays
tip.
even.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, these panelists are amazing. I love this group of women, and the energy is just, it feels like a warm embrace. And I'm just so grateful to be here with this wonderful, amazing group. And I would say, we've talked about self-care and focusing on us, focusing on others, focusing on helping others. And one thing that I've noticed, I believe somebody touched on language.
Lovely.
A lot of times we may say, oh, I really need to do that. I need to call that person. Oh, I should do this. And we don't realize when we use those words, they can add stress. When you say need to, you can say I need to, and see how that feels. It usually feels very, very stressed and very frantic. And if you say I should, it's almost regretful, like, oh, I really should do that. And you kind of feel, it brings your energy down. So instead, you can always, like Vismaya said, you can cultivate the joy inside of you. You can say, I get to do this. I'm excited to do this. And if you're nervous, do you know the same physiological processes are occurring in your body as when you're nervous as when you're excited? So if you change that word to I'm excited, then you're still feeling that inside of your body, and though it's in a more positive flow. And so just paying attention to the words we use, not just with others, but with ourselves, and practice that kindness.
I love that. Thanks so much. Who wants to go next? Or I'll pick someone. All right, go ahead, Juanita.
Absolutely. I had a fabulous time on this amazing, fabulous you show. Ladies, you are all fabulous. And I just want to say to the audience, remember I said self-care routines stem from self-love. And I want to tell you in the audience today, if you're depressed, if you're going through something in your relationship or in your family, remember that you matter. And there's always a silver lining around that dark cloud. You matter. And love yourself and ignite that joy that we talked about. Practice those self-care methods and see how you change and how the world around you changes. But you matter. Never forget that God created you for a special purpose. You're powerful and you matter.
Absolutely. Good words. Good words. All right. Let's see. How about Vismaya? What have you got to share?
So what a fabulous way to spend a Sunday afternoon. So thank you for the invitation to be here. And I love playing with all of you today. I'm going to go back to the gratitude wins again, because I think that is such a powerful exercise. And I will take it a step further. So if you're somebody who doesn't have a gratitude practice, or your gratitude practice has sizzled out, grab your cell phones, because we all have cell phones. Set your alarm to go off every 3 to 4 hours. And when your alarm goes off, ask yourself, who or what made a difference for me? What did I do or how did I make the world a little bit brighter? How did I nourish my mind, body, or spirit? And what made me smile or laugh until my sides hurt? And if you really want the practice to expand, write it down. And then when you're having one of those moments where you're like, oh my God, life is horrible, nothing works for me, go back and start to make little notes. Okay, well, this was a W, this was an I, this was an N, and start to reread some of the things that you wrote. And I can promise you this, you will realize that you are loved more than you ever thought you were loved. You are a magical being that does amazing things to make this world brighter. You have so many things and people who are doing wonderful things for you on a regular basis. And maybe you need to find more things to smile about, or maybe you're laughing all the time and you just don't recognize it. And the more we do this, the more automatic it becomes, and it changes the neural pathways in our brain, which is our ultimate goal, to have neural pathways in our brain that find us joy and gratitude and love and all of those juicy, yummy feelings on a regular basis and automatically.
I love that. Oh, awesome. All right. I'm going to put Angel Marie in there now. What have you got to share?
This has been wonderful, and I want to remind everyone, nothing is permanent. Everything is going to change. Nothing is permanent. And just to echo and remind everyone that, just like out of my book here that I wrote, my favorite quote, right? And the favorite quote is, happiness is feeling like you're on vacation all the time. Feel like you're on vacation. Feel the gratitude, feel the love, feel it. Stay out of here, because you do matter, and I love that one. You are the one that makes the difference in your life, and you can do this. And if you need help, all of us are here to help, because we love to serve, don't we?
We do.
We love to serve you. So get in contact with any of us, and we'll help you out. And thank you, Tamara, again for having me, and for you, Gloria. I appreciate it, and thank you. You rock.
Thank you so much. And I would just also like to kind of piggyback on what Vismaya said about writing stuff down. This is something that I love too, is to just spend time journaling. If you can spend some time every day just writing down your thoughts, especially that's another way that I found that's been able to like shift my mood, is if I'm feeling, crabby or something like that, I'll just start talking about it. And once you can get all those things out on paper, it really can help you to just release it. And then and it does lift your vibration. So I am just been so grateful for all of you today for sharing your fabulous wisdom. And I think I'm sure that our audience has gotten a lot out of it. And if you missed anything, go back in and watch this again, and write down some of these wonderful things wonderful tips that our wonderful panel has shared with us today. So yeah, I think we're just about at the end. So thank you again, everyone. I so appreciate all of you, and thank you all of you for watching and all those wonderful comments you've been doing today. So we'll see you again next week with a different host this time. Take care, everyone.
I want to say thank you for joining us today and welcome you back next Sunday as we once again are joined by a panel of subject matter experts that will explore and focus in on our fabulous lives. Until next Sunday.